I can't find. Don't let the sun go down. Don't let the sun go down.
Not what I meant, but okay. Hi everyone. My name is BW Radio from the Wrestle Arc Podcast. Before we officially get the podcast up and going today, I do want to pass it over to the founder and owner of the Wrestle Arc Podcast, Aled Thomas, who has something to say.
Hello everybody. So today, as all of you probably may know, it's a very sad day, as over here in the UK, our Queen, Queen Elizabeth II, sadly passed away at the age of 96. She's been the Queen for 70 years over here, and this is now a time of, I don't know, we don't know what's going to happen. It's a time of scariness, you know? But yeah, all of us here though are sending our thoughts to the royal family. She died this afternoon. But yeah, so let's just have a minute silence and remember Queen Elizabeth II. Over to radio.
All right, and before we officially get going, our thoughts and prayers go out to those over in the UK right now, to the royal family, and a very shocking loss, and it's just heartbreaking. But now we're going to move forward. We're going to get right into today's podcast, all right? So let's go. Today's episode of the Wrestle Arc Podcast is brought to you guys by SeatGeek. Folks, SeatGeek is the official home of the Wrestle Arc Podcast. As this is where you guys can find the best deals on concerts, sporting events, comedy shows, Broadway shows, any event that you want to go to. You guys can search it up on SeatGeek and find the best deals and the best seating possible. Make sure you folks check it out, as, believe it or not, there's actually something exciting going on that I didn't realize, but apparently Elton John is going to be appearing at the JMA Wireless Dome in Syracuse, New York, this Saturday at 8 p.m. And believe it or not, there's all these great seats, great tickets. Make sure you folks check it out at SeatGeek.com. And folks, we do want to thank our sponsors over at Pro Wrestling Tees. Folks, Pro Wrestling Tees is the official home of AEW, New Japan Pro Wrestling, Impact Wrestling, Ring of Honor, and many, many more. Folks, right now, save 20% off on figures and micro brawlers for 4 days only using code FIGS20 on the site right now. Sale ends September 12th at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. As folks, some new merchandise has come out, including the glow-in-the-dark flat bill snapback AEW hat, the MJF, the greatest trick the devil ever pulled shirt, and of course some other merchandise on there that you folks can check out as well. So make sure you folks check it out at ProWrestlingTees.com. All right. Hi everyone. I'm BW Radio. I'm here with Aled Thomas, Peyton Cash, and Ross Blocks.
Hi.
As today's a very tough day to do a podcast, but we're going to try and power through it.
Yeah.
As folks, as we talk about the CM Punk after his interview at All Out, when a bunch of shit took place. Oh, this fucking guy.
Again. Yeah, this was actually supposed to be a result show.
Hello. For those that give a shit about that title, Payne won it. But anyway, so pretty much here's what happened. So CM Punk, after the pay-per-view, went into the media scrum, and of course spit a whole bunch of fire, which went towards Hangman Adam Page, his former best friend Colt Cabana, and towards the EVPs and towards Tony Khan and the AEW locker room. And then pretty much after that, a whole bunch of shit happened.
Yeah.
Starting with, from what we know, this is what we know so far. The Young Bucks supposedly were knocking on Kenny's door, or not
Knocking
Kenny,
on Punk's door.
knocking on Punk's door, wanting to, I don't know what they were trying to do. Fight him, talk to him. I don't know. I don't have the full story. Who can help me out here? Someone?
Can I just interrupt you for a second?
Yeah.
Question maker in the chat says, I don't know how people are hating so much on Punk based on rumors, but nobody talks about Omega, Nick, and Matt's behavior since they are EVPs. People should do better research. A lot of people hating Punk don't know half the story. Now, I agree with a little bit of what you say, and we will be talking about Omega and the Young Bucks because what they did was still wrong, even as Punk did do the most damage. But Punk started this. That's what you need to get into your head. Punk started this whole thing.
Yeah,
The Omega wouldn't have gotten involved if Punk wouldn't have said what he said.
Yeah, we're not gonna not talk about.
We're gonna talk about all of it.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about all of it. We're not just gonna blame Punk. We're gonna blame everyone, but mostly Punk. Anyway, so from what I know, from what I've seen and read, a big fight started. Nick supposedly got knocked out. Kenny got bit by Punk's friend there.
Ace. Okay, question maker. You're gonna need to calm down, bro. Hangman Adam Page did go off script. Yes, he did do business for himself. But apparently, I don't know if you read news, he clearly doesn't seem like you do. Because there has been news that came out that says that CM Punk has been pissed with Adam Page because Adam Page doesn't go to CM Punk and ask for advice, or that Adam Page doesn't want advice from, the veterans of the business, which he doesn't have to get advice, But Adam Page should not have gone out there and gone into business for himself. No, he should not have. But Punk should not have retaliated in the same way.
Also, quick question maker. We're not strictly blaming Punk here. Again, we're not here to just fully shit on Punk. We're here to shit on everyone that was a part of that scrum. So
yeah, every single one of them is
let us get the story out so that we can get to our opinions. So, pretty much from there, I forgot where I even left off. So, pretty much after that
is where you are.
Yeah, Kenny got bit. Pretty much, people entered the locker room to break it all up, and then now Punk is supposedly hurt and is stripped of the AEW World Title. Now they have a tournament to determine who's the new World Champion.
Trio
Kenny Omega. I was getting to that there, dipshit. Pretty much, Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks, they got their titles stripped, and now Death Triangle now has them after winning last night. There is a third party. There's a third party investigation.
Yeah, sorry. Question maker, you're proving our point for us. You literally just said Punk is guilty, but he isn't the only one. That's literally what we just told you.
Again, we're blaming everyone. Just chill. Let us get the story out. Chill. Jesus Christ. Anyway.
He should have gone to Tony and not done it himself.
So, Punk is now injured, out for 8 months. Suspensions have been handed all around. A third party is doing an investigation, and now they're pretty much trying to determine whether legal action should be taking place. Which, by the sounds of it and by what the evidence is pointing towards, is there's going to be a lot of legal action.
Oh God.
And also, the thing was about what Punk said about the EVPs. Adam Page isn't an EVP in AEW. You know? That's what people need
Yeah.
to understand.
Yeah.
Adam Page doesn't have the EVP powers, so that's why Adam Page isn't being blamed as much as Kenny and the Bucks are. But Adam Page did start this whole thing, yes. But the whole media scrum was not about Adam Page. I mean, it was kind of, but it was mostly about the EVPs, and Adam Page is not an EVP.
So, pretty much where everything kind of stands right now is everything is kind of up in the air. Sean Ross, pretty much every wrestling news reporter was trying to get any critical piece of information, and all they could come up with is pretty much the both sides from each sides. I guess both sides spoke, and now we're at where we're at.
Hangman
So-
should not have been on the show. Okay, but he still lost on the show, so still punishment enough.
Anyway, so here's the question that I got for you guys: where do you guys see this going? Do you see any legal action taking place? I mean, what do you guys see?
I kind of want to see Punk get fired at this rate, to be quite honest. Because he has been the most dipshits among dipshits that I've ever seen. Like, his comments between literally everybody, including staff of AEW, even Omega, Young Bucks, even from Colt Cabana, it's just gotten way overhand. Like, at one point during his return, he wanted to see, he wanted to go at these young wrestlers. Now, a year later, and he doesn't like it.
Yeah, talking about Colt Cabana, question maker again in the chat says, apparently all this is because of Colt Cabana. Yes, it is. Because CM Punk decided, I'm going to go to that media scrum and just shit all over Colt Cabana when he wasn't asked a question about Colt Cabana. Like, you know?
Yeah.
You don't do
The thing here is,
that. Colt doesn't work for AEW. Colt is on the Ring of Honor roster. So, I mean, you can fire him if you want. I don't really care about Colt Cabana. But
the,
Punk should be
the-
fired.
yeah. So the thing here is me. Everyone knows me. Like I'm a huge Punk fan and all this. But I think the right way to go with this is the Young Bucks and the Elite. Their suspension and title stripping was a good enough punishment, and Punk being stripped of the title is a good enough punishment. But it's pretty clear that the AEW locker room doesn't want Punk. And Punk has been a thorn in everyone's side for a while now. It just seems like he's causing drama, he's causing problems. I don't know where you go with this because we don't have the full details. We don't know who was in that locker room, what problems were caused, what, like, this happened, that happened. We don't know.
Question mark. A question maker, sorry. I love like you're chatting with us. I like how you're getting your opinion across, and like we respect your opinion. I know that it's getting us talking more. But is he on the wait? Is Kokoban on the AW roster? Because on their website, apparently he
Yeah,
is.
he is.
Anyway,
Yeah, he is.
oh wow, I thought he signed for Ring of Honor. Um, but there's a time and there's a place to talk about stuff, and the media scrum of All Out was not the time and the place to talk about Colt Cabana. Now, can I say my part because I have a lot to say.
Floor
Basically,
is yours.
um, so apparently the Young Bucks leaked out information about CM Punk and Colt Cabana. Now, I don't know if that's true or not. If they did, then they're shit humans for doing that, you know? Because, yeah, it's fine, Question Maker. We're just telling you what we know, and you tell us what you know. We're not mad at you or anything. Um, but yeah, so apparently the elite leaked out information about CM Punk, like being the reason Colt Cabana got fired, and all that kind of stuff. Also, hey, Train Ricardo. And Noble's in the chat, but who cares? But yeah. So, like I said, there's a time and a place for everything, right? The all-out media scum is not the time and the place to go off on Colt Cabana and all that kind of stuff. You know, I was listening to. I know I've shit on this guy before, but JD from New York actually made a good point. He personally feels like Punk was pissed because after that match with Mox at All Out, Punk clearly knew he was injured and he clearly knew he was going to be out for a while. So he was probably pissed about that. And also the reaction that MJF got in Chicago, Punk didn't like it. So all of these things made Punk upset, made him mad, and then he went out there and said all this shit on the media scrum. Now, what he said on there should not have happened. But also, Tony Khan has a lot of blame in this. He was sitting right next to him. Did he stop it? No. I mean, he tried to interrupt fair play. Punk stopped him. But Tony switched off his mic. You know? You can switch off his mic. You can tell him to leave. You can tell him to calm down. But no, you just let him shit all over EVPs and your company and eating cake at the same time. You know? Then we get to the backstage bit. Now, these two stories don't align either because from Punk and Steel's side, apparently the Young Bucks kicked down the door and like went in there all guns blazing, and Punk apparently no, sorry, one of the Bucks threw the first punch according to them, but according to Kenny and the Young Bucks, they went in there peacefully and Punk wasn't answering the door, so they, opened the door and Punk was starting swinging towards them, apparently. So I don't know what story is true.
Isn't
I
there
don't know
cameras and
uh,
everything?
what.
Isn't there cameras like where they
I
were?
don't know. That's why they have a third party investigating it, yeah, so they can see which story is like real or
Line up.
not. Yeah, but either way, Ace Steel is a piece of shit, and he should be fired. Even if Punk isn't fired, Ace Steel should never be in AEW again, right? Punk, personally, it's just my opinion, he should be fired because this is not the first problem he's caused in AEW, you know? Um, and Kenny and the Bucks, um, if they did kick down his door, they should not have done that, you know? Like, what EVPs are allowed to go around kicking locker room doors down, you know? Um, but obviously, if they didn't, they didn't. But either way, they're all to blame. And seeing as Kenny and the Bucks are EVPs, if Punk gets fired, he could actually take legal action against AEW because he wasn't attacked just by wrestlers, he was attacked by management.
Yeah.
So Tony Khan needs to do the right thing here, he needs to get the story right, and he needs to take the right punishment, whoever actually is to blame. He should strip Kenny and the Bucks from EVP status. I don't care what anyone says. I think he should. You can't go around attacking people even if you are EVPs. Even if Punk did throw the first punch. So Punk should be fired. Kenny and the Bucks should be suspended. They are suspended, and they've been stripped. That is the right thing to do. Does anyone know how long they're suspended, or did they not say?
I don't think.
I'm pretty sure they're waiting for the investigation to be over before.
Yeah. So we don't know how long their suspension is, but I feel it. I see this going two ways. Punk stays, the Elite leaves. Punk's fired, the Elite stays. Those are the two ways.
I honestly think that it should just be. It's Punk's time. Punk has caused so many problems ever since he's came to AEW, and he's only been there for a year. A year, and look at all the shit he's caused.
A lot.
Ross, you're awfully quiet. Talk, Ross.
He's standing next to Punk.
Punk's like got you hosted right now.
I'm the flag bearer for Punk. Fuck
Question
the Elite.
maker,
I'm
just
kidding.
subscribe. Thank you, question maker.
You do.
The next
What?
big thing is probably MJF. Yes.
You're damn
Also,
right
Punk
on
stole
that.
MJF's moment. I'm sorry, he stole MJF's moment. MJF is literally the best thing in W. Okay, Ross, now you can talk.
Alright. My rant. I'm just gonna say this before I do my little CM Punk rant. I'm not choosing sides or anything when I talk about this. I'm not saying that it's all Punk's fault and that the Elite were completely right with what they did. All I'm basically saying is this is basically me going off at Punk for basically what he said at Media Scrum and some of the bullshit that he just said.
Okay, here we go.
So we said a bunch. So we know he said a bunch of stuff like calling out Colt Cabana for no reason, kind of blasting him live on Media Scrum, even though he wasn't supposed to. I get that it was apparently pre-planned for Punk to do it. He was planning on doing it already. That's what I heard.
I don't think so.
Well, either way, it's still wrong of you to do that. And then also talk about how Hangman Adam Page went into business for himself, and then Punk apologizing for doing something similar by calling out Hangman live on Dynamite and calling him a coward. He apologized for being unprofessional like that, but he's still acting like a dickhead and being unprofessional on the Media Scrum. So why is he apologizing when he's still being an unprofessional asshole? And then also when he talks about MJF, oh, running out of breath already. When he talks about MJF, he says the grass is not always greener on the other side. The grass is greener where you water it. MJF shits where he eats. Punk can't really say that because he's kind of a hypocrite for saying that because he's literally the same guy who's been shitting on WWE ever since he came back. That's basically most of what he's been doing. He's been trying to say shit about the company, which some of it is probably bullshit. And he thinks that AEW is always going to be the better company, but look at what WWE is doing now. And this is all the stuff that escalated ever since Cody Rhodes left AEW. A lot of people said Cody Rhodes leaving was going to be the downfall of AEW. That's kind of what it is, because ever since Cody left, CM Punk kind of took control, I guess, which was probably the worst thing to happen. And as much as he says he's not going into business for himself, we all know he is, because the press conference was allegedly supposed to be about MJF coming back and all the stuff, but no one's talking about that anymore because CM Punk wanted to take the spotlight and call everybody out. He's an asshole for doing that, and it just insults me that he thinks he's still the best at what he's doing, yet the only thing he's best at doing is shoving ice cream bars up his ass. He's a worthless fuck. And I think he should just be gone from wrestling, in my opinion, because If he's going to keep causing all those problems, there's no point in having a guy like Punk in that kind of environment where you're just going to have problems all the freaking time. I just think Punk, his time's up. His time's up. I think clobbering time is officially gone for Punk. He's lost. He's not in his prime anymore. He's not the best in the world anymore. He's not the same person he was. He can drop pipe bombs all he wants, but that's not going to change a thing. He's still not the good wrestler anymore. He's past his time. He's going gray. He's still thinking that he should be over when in reality he should be putting over the young talent. I just think he's a guy who goes into business for himself thinking he's the top guy because of his name.
Now, Question Maker did say a lot of things here. First of all, he asked who we think's going to win the tournament.
Probably Moxley.
I've changed my mind. I think Danielson wins it.
Danielson?
Yes. Who do you think?
I'm probably still going with Moxley.
Loxley.
Okay. Another thing here, Question Maker just said, Adam Page started all of this. Yes, we already said he did. We know. But
yeah, but still,
what he did at the Scrum wasn't really about Adam Page. Okay?
And
yeah,
some of it
he
was.
made it about Colt Cabana and the Elite.
But mostly, it wasn't. Like, the main thing coming out of All Out is there was a fight backstage. And Adam Page wasn't a part of that. Yeah. And then, also, I forgot what else he said.
Son of a...
Irresponsible people who call themselves EVPs. That's one of the main things I remember.
Nah, I think if Moxley wins Noble and MJF cashes in on Moxley, then that's a fuck you to Moxley twice. I think they want to do that.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
AEW.
It is AEW, but I think MJF beating Danielson would be better.
If Moxley has the title again, he should have another long run with it.
Question Maker, we know there's a story behind it. We know Adam Page went out there. We know he went into business for himself. He should not have done that. And I mean, to be fair, he shouldn't have done that. And Tony should have punished him for that, because he shouldn't have done it, right? But Punk should also not have done it.
Right.
It doesn't make Punk right for doing it. Two wrongs don't make a right.
So I guess for me, the right decision here is we gotta wait anyway now, right? Like now we gotta wait for this third party to question everyone, investigate, see all the evidence. What?
Punk's injured, right? So they might just keep him off TV, and then when he's cleared, they'll be like, bye.
Well, that's what I'm saying is I feel like they're gonna wait until the investigation's over. Then after all this, depending on what they say, the investigation says is true and what's fake and what's real and what's not, then I feel like there's gonna be a decision of, okay, what's the best decision going forward? Because in my mind, if you fire Punk, you're losing that TV deal. You're losing
merchandise money.
Merchandise. You're losing so much more. Pretty much, it's pretty much just waiting to see what happens at this point. Me personally, as much as I hate saying it, someone's got to be fired in this situation. Yeah. Someone's got to be. It can't just be Ace Steel no offense to Ace Steel, but no one gave a shit who you were then, so no one gives a shit who you are now. You fire CM Punk, you're making a statement to that whole locker room that, hey, things are going to start to change. We now have the guys that we want. We have Moxley, we have MJF. We're going to make this fucking work. If not, then you're gonna see Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks leave. That's just what I see happening. I see Kenny and them pretty much saying, let's jump ship, let's go back to New Japan, or better yet, let's go talk with that guy who runs WWE along with his wife, and let's see what happens.
Yeah, Punk equals money, but Punk also equals controversy, and AEW doesn't need any more of that because I'm not going to lie to you. The longer they keep Punk, the longer Tony Khan's going to be a little pussy. Yeah, I said it. And he won't fire Punk. Tony Khan does not have the balls to fire CM Punk. And Tony Khan will not do it. So the longer they keep Punk, the longer he has Tony Khan wrapped around his little finger. And that's the demise of AEW.
Again, either way, AEW is not walking clean out of this. They gotta, because no offense, Tony, you were saying some shit during that media scrum. Yeah, your show was the third best. Because the other two shows were 10 times better. The only reason that it probably saved you and maybe pushed you into second best was MJF coming back. But even then,
That was better than all of.
yeah, even I can admit that Clash at the Castle was better.
You may have beaten Worlds Collide, but still, it's NXT.
Yeah.
Triple H said it best. You're beating the developmental show. Good job.
Everyone in the last month were talking about Triple H takeover WWE, and now everyone is talking about AEW thanks to Punk. Not really. I mean, most people have forgotten about Punk. We're just doing it late because this is when we upload. Yeah? I mean, I've been on Twitter all day and I was talking about Punk today.
I mean, the smart choice here is I want to say Tony is scared.
Bro, question maker, you cannot judge a whole pay-per-view on an ending. I'm sorry, if you're one of those people, then you can't judge a pay-per-view on an ending. Noble, don't agree with him.
Noble, you're talking a lot for someone who said that he was dealing with a bunch of shit and couldn't be here. Just pointing that out there. Says he was dealing with a bunch of shit, wouldn't be here. All of a sudden he's in our chat.
Tony, come on guys, Twitter and YouTube were all about AEW this past week. I mean,
Yeah, because we were all fucking watching to see if someone got fired. Other than that,
I'm not gonna
nothing
lie.
really interesting happened.
Tomorrow is SmackDown, right? I guarantee you, tomorrow into the weekend, no one will be talking about CM Punk unless we find out if he's fired or not. Everyone will be talking about Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa and WWE again.
And Braun Strowman being back, which that could...
Oh, yeah. Which I believe Peyton and Braun Strowman are related.
What do you mean?
No, Braun Strowman looks a lot better than Peyton.
I think Peyton's his long-lost brother that got bullied by Braun Strowman.
No, Peyton looks like the guys that Braun Strowman runs through when he's running around the ring.
Peyton looks like a guy that doesn't want to be here right now.
Peyton looks like he needs a fucking nap.
Peyton looks like he needs to put his glasses back on.
Peyton, I get up at 2:30 every morning, motherfucker. You and yeah, I'm full of energy. You get up. You look like you're fucking dying.
Question maker, can I ask you a question? Why was Dynamite better than Raw? I'm not saying it wasn't. I'm just wondering why you think Dynamite was better than Raw.
It's the question maker now.
I do disagree with you there. The only good thing about Dynamite was freaking the MJF and Moxley promos.
Noble, if you're dealing with all that shit, then you shouldn't be interacting in a chat. That's just my opinion. Because by the sounds of it, you're talking a lot for a guy who says that he's dealing with all that stuff, and now all of a sudden, you're talking more in the chat than you do the regular podcast. Just putting that out there.
Either way, the Elite are suspended. Punk could be suspended or fired.
Can I make suspensions?
No.
Please?
No.
I just want to make one.
No. Also, I blame this whole thing on Punk's dog. Larry shows up for one show and all this shit happens.
Listen, Larry was the best.
You still didn't tell me why it's better than the show.
Was the cleanest episode ever?
You haven't given a reason why it's better than the Raw in there.
How was it the cleanest episode ever? Just because Moxley cut a fucking babyface promo?
Which, by the
And
way,
M-
was very good.
And MJF wiped his ass with a Buffalo Bills jersey? What? I don't.
Yes, it is Larry's fault. So it's Larry. You can suspend Larry if you want, Radio.
No, I want to suspend someone.
Okay, do it then.
Alright, Noble, you're suspended. You're suspended until further notice.
Which is next week.
There's going to be a pending investigation.
Yeah, Peyton's in charge of it.
Fuck that. You'd fuck it up.
Peyton would be like, yeah, he didn't do anything. But anyway, back to what we were talking about. I feel like Tony Khan should go up here.
He should, but I mean...
Okay, but you said you don't like Raw because Braun Strowman burying the tag division. That wasn't the only thing that happened on the Raw. Like Garcia versus Utah. A Ring of Honor match on AEW. Nah. Those Ring of Honor rules are stupid as hell. Death Triangle Best Friends, I don't give a crap about Orange Cassidy. Danielson vs. Page was good, even though it ended with a roll-up. Yes, it ended with a roll-up. MJF promo, yeah, that was good. I'll give you that. But, I mean, it all ended with freaking Dexter Lumis stroking the Miz's face. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
The Judgment Day story. What? That Dominic is a man? That Rhea Ripley made him a man?
Which we're still trying to figure out in what ways that he was made a man.
Yeah. We want to know how and why.
And how Buddy Murphy now needs to get involved.
Now, Peyton, you say what Tony Khan needs to do to fix this.
Tony Khan should literally take control of his own superstars and not have them going complete berserk, and needs to get them under serious control, or else AEW is going to crumble into little tiny pieces and fail like WCW has done.
Ooh. He mentioned the W and the dub.
That coming from a guy who's never watched an episode of WCW in his life.
What do you think then, Radio?
Listen, comparing how WCW failed to this, AEW has a much worse situation on there.
Oh, wait, you're going to love what Question Maker just said.
Oh, God, here the fuck we go.
I would try to sign Ospreay if Omega really leaves AEW.
Bro. No.
Wow.
I'd rather have Omega over Osprey. You think Punk's a pain in the ass? You should see that guy in New Japan. But anyway, look. Here's the thing. Pending an investigation, Tony needs to do the right thing and needs to strap on his big boy pants and act like a fucking owner.
He wore a tie.
With all these problems, and with this entire problem, it's time to start handing people some pink slips. It's time to start doing it.
The guy is good. Come on, radio. It wasn't me that said that, by the way. It was him.
Question
It's
maker.
Peyton.
Look.
I know people think he's a gymnast, but he's okay.
Will Ospreay,
Fucking wow.
as much as I like his style in the ring, he hasn't done as much as people think that he has. The only way that he can really make his career good is going with New Japan. He needs to ditch his little, whatever the fuck they're called, Empire, whatever.
United Empire.
And if you really want to make a career for yourself, Ospreay, there's 2 words. Bullet Club. The only way you're gonna save your rotten ass career. Talk about fucking Omega.
He says I'll shush about Osprey. Good.
Yeah, smart move.
Good.
He has time to make his name, but I mean, really, the only way he's gonna save his career, Bullet Club. But anyway, look, getting back to this whole Punk thing, I'm trying to stay on track here. Tony Khan needs to start acting like an owner. This was the problem with WCW. Is they made guys, right? They made guys come in, start thinking that they run the fucking show. Guess what? AEW's having that, doing it now. Having guys come in, try to run the fucking show. It just doesn't work. You need to start acting like an owner and start being like, hey, if you're not going to do your fucking job, and if you're going to ruin my roster, and you're going to be a prick, what?
No, you're going to say piss off at the end.
Yeah, Punk, piss off. Oh, you're fired.
Also,
Piss
I know
off.
we're talking about Punk and Mophead. I call Omega Mophead or a hobo, but he is Omega. And, you know, what they called it? The Bucks, yes. Not the best tag team in the world, also not the second best tag team in the world. Anyway, there was also more news that came out from AEW that Malachi Black got granted his conditional release from the company. Now, apparently, he's not allowed to go anywhere. He basically has a 6-month no-compete clause. So he can't do anything for 6 months. AEW is apparently going to keep paying him. Then at the end of that 6 months, he can go and do whatever he wants. Or he can go back to AEW. 6 months, though? That's a bit much, ain't it?
Yeah, I feel like 6 months is a bit too much.
But then again, if he complains about mental health issues, right, and then he appears on WWE TV in the next 2 weeks, then you'd start to question it, you know?
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I think he'll be back in WWE. But hopefully, if he is dealing with mental health stuff, we hope he gets the help he needs and we hope he gets better soon. And, you know, we get to see him in the ring again.
Yeah,
You know?
Malachi, we like seeing you in the ring, and we do hope that you do get your mental health stuff figured out. And reminder to everyone that if you need to seek help, that there are numbers and everything that you can call and people you can talk to.
Yeah.
You know, because we're not bad guys. We want people to get the help.
Just don't talk to Peyton.
Yeah, Peyton's awful.
Oh, no, but
No
don't talk
offense.
to
You
him.
ever heard that phrase, if somebody told you to jump off a bridge, would you? Payne would come over and push you. Okay.
Yeah, but then he'd have to redo it again because he didn't jump.
And then he'd throw a knife at you.
Whoa.
Easy.
Listen, this motherfucker
Not
stabbed me in the
today,
back so
not
many
today,
times.
not
I'm
today.
not afraid to go hard at him. Yes, you did, dickhead. Don't shake your head.
Payne, stop acting like you're asleep. Pretend
Well,
that you want to be.
it's kind of hard when he was shoving a burger and fries in his mouth. Fucking right before the
Pretend that you want
podcast.
to be. Pretend that you want to be here. Pretend like it. So,
Yeah, at least
final
pretend.
things. Punk, suspended or fired? Radio.
Fired.
Ross.
Fired.
Peyton.
Fire.
I also say fired. Now, the Elite, suspended, lost the titles, yes, but also should lose their EVP statuses.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't think it's a good idea to have active wrestlers as EVPs because you get stuff like that.
Yeah.
If you want to replace
See,
them,
that's
you
one thing I gotta
really-
disagree with. I don't think.
why,
they
you
should
think
lose
it's
their
okay for
EVP.
management to go around and hitting superstars?
No, but to fucking strip the guys that's founded the fucking company.
I
Is
mean,
not.
Tony's the boss. Tony's the president. They're just EVPs.
Yeah, good point.
Also, Cody didn't leave before all this happened. I blame all of this is Cody's fault.
Yeah, that's all Cody's fault.
The American roller coaster.
Roller coaster. Get it right.
Roller coaster.
Yeah.
No, he can be legally fired.
Yeah, he can be legally fired.
He can be legally fired. Trust me, they've done it with guys in WWE in the past. He can be
I
legally fired.
words-
think him being injured for 8 months gives
Ask
them
Eva
more
Marie.
reason to fire him. I think him being injured gives them more of a reason to fire him because if you look at it, he won the title, got injured, came back, lost the title, won the title, got injured.
I'm just gonna say
I-
this too. Regarding all of this, MJF was right about
Yeah.
Punk. MJF was right.
Yeah.
And by
If
the way,
Punk doesn't get his just due. Yeah.
I just want to say this. Kind of puts a delay on the video game now, doesn't it? Anyway,
Also,
Well-
question maker, Cody does not still receive money from AEW because he's not in AEW.
actually, he does.
No, he doesn't.
Pro Wrestling Tees.
That's not AEW though.
It's still AEW licensed merch.
Why are they still selling as much?
Ask that.
Pro Wrestling Tees, why are you still selling as much? They didn't answer me. But he means like because he's in charge and he founded the company and he was an EVP. That's what he said in the chat. Does he doesn't get that money basically
No,
from AEW.
it's not with the
They
fucking
pay
company.
him.
I mean,
Yeah, they don't pay him. Maybe he gets the merch money, but they don't pay him. You know? They gave his contracts to CM Punk and more.
Yeah.
hey, are you good, dipshit?
Yeah.
You
Want
look
to pull the
better
hood
like
off
that.
your head?
Don't look bad like that.
Actually, don't wait a minute. Keep it. We'll poke holes in it. You look better. Anyway.
So,
All right, we done?
is there anything else do we need to talk about? Wait,
I think
because
that's it.
we always forget something. Let's go through everything again. Have we talked about Punk? Yes.
Yes.
Talked
Yes.
about
Yes.
talked about Malachi.
Okay. False
McAfee leaving?
McAfee, yes.
for a
That's
bit.
news.
Yes, there it is.
Until January.
Yeah,
Well, we
he's
got about
leaving.
5 minutes to talk about it.
That's all you need to know. He's leaving.
For now.
Also, the ending of Clash at the Castle, we could do a whole other podcast about that.
As a result,
But so
I
So
still
what,
have
dude?
my questions about the main event for Clash at the Castle.
You don't get questions. You're not allowed any questions. Shut up.
No, I'm gonna ask. No,
No.
no. Payne, you don't get a say either.
This is our argument.
You can wait till next week.
Who's taking McAfee's place in the commentary table? I'm guessing Corey Graves.
Corey Graves.
Probably Graves.
You didn't know?
It's not you.
No, let Tom.
No, you know who
Oh,
it should
me.
be. You know
That
who it
would not
should
be a
be.
good idea.
No, but you know who should take Pat McAfee's place?
Triple H.
I swear.
Right.
Triple H.
Okay.
Well, I
Should
have
be
him do double
Triple H.
duty.
Double
Yeah.
duty. You said duty.
He grew up. Anyway,
You need to grow up, Radio. You can't be
me?
saying duty like that.
Oh, shut up.
There was no more news, but we know the moment we end this podcast, we're gonna get a tweet from Sean Garcia.
Watch. You wanna know what's gonna fucking happen? The minute we click end. Breaking news, CM Punk or someone's fired.
Yeah, we're gonna be like, Peyton, click start again. Thank you.
Alright, are we done?
Yes.
End it.
Oh, okay. Before we get to the sponsors read, once again, folks, obviously today was a very difficult day to do a podcast, obviously, with what's going on over in the UK right now and the passing of Queen Elizabeth II.
We
Like I
tried to
said,
make it entertaining, you know.
yeah, we try our best to make it entertaining, but obviously a lot's going on. Which
I don't know if I'm getting anything anymore.
yeah, which according to the TV, which has a bunch of people all over the world talking right now. So, like I said, our thoughts and prayers go out to the people in the UK. Our thoughts and prayers go out to the royal family. Obviously, it's a difficult time, and we hope for better days ahead. But once again, I do want to thank our sponsors, from SeatGeeks to Pro Wrestling Tees. They are awesome. Make sure you folks go check out both websites. Remember, best deals are on SeatGeek and Pro Wrestling Tees for all your wrestling merch. Other than that, make sure you folks check that all out in the description below, where you guys can find all of our other links. Also, just to let you guys know, Peyton is suspended. He won't be here next week.
Oh, shush.
Noble is also suspended.
Yep, both of them are suspended. They had an altercation in the back. We were just confirmed. A lad came up to me and he said some shit is going down. I saw Ross pushing them both back. So until we get an update, I've decided to strip Peyton of the Wrestle Arc title and suspend both him and Noble. They're both suspended.
Someone.
Yeah, Noble threw a chair at Peyton, but Peyton didn't get knocked out. Instead, he bit Noble and tried to pull his hair, and it was just a horrible situation.
It's a
And
lie.
all of this is Vega's fault.
By the way, I'm trying to end this. I'm trying to end this on a funny note because of what happened today. So I'm just trying
all
to.
of this is Vega's fault.
Yeah, blame Vega. Anyway, so that's all. That's our podcast for today. Make sure you folks like, comment, subscribe. Make sure you folks check out the gaming channel.
We have cool
Hopefully
games.
soon. I'm working on trying to get the WWE 2K22 league back up and going. It's just gonna take me some time. But other than
We
that,
have
guys,
some cool games coming though.
Yes.
yeah,
For sure.
it's gonna be fucked up. Anyway,
So watch and subscribe.
but anyway, folks, for myself, Aled, Peyton, and Ross,
The glasses.
this is B-Darn Radio saying, always do the best and do the best in life. And as always, we'll see you guys in the next video. No, you shut the fuck up. Wrestle Arc out. See, I did it better than you, Peyton. Wrestle Arc out.
Too many thoughts to think deeply. Too many thoughts to be sleeping. Yeah. Oh my God, I'm not eating. I feel so empty, I'm receding. And all of my friends are misleading. All of these posts and the lives they're leading. Yeah. Oh, no way. I ain't gonna stand for this today. I'ma keep my head down, I'm okay. I don't wanna listen to a word they say. And we all know fear is a slogan, yeah. And we all feel broken, yeah. And we all outspoken. Need someone who could just so sometimes I struggle in this place. Been in circles several days, never knowing the right way. Yeah. Sometimes I struggle in this place. People look the other way, and we all deal with our pain.